What's up, everybody? This is Doombringer Griffin, and you're on Cardfight Cash, Week 2 of Team Absolution's Weekly Market Watch, and I'm joined with a very special guest today. I'm here with Dominic Manilow, all the way from California. How you doing, Dom?
I'm good. I'm good, Ryan.
Now, before we get this started, I'm going to need to do a ref check on you. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
And I don't pay goods and services. All right, well, all jokes aside, we got quite the show for you all today. Now, let's start off with some quick hits. And as you know, quick hits are the overall market trends, focusing on whole clans and decks that are increasing or decreasing in value. And we got a hell of a spoiler last night. Let's talk with Shadow Paladins. So the new Vanguard episode is out, and we got to see a bunch of the Luard cards with Cosma under Gize's control. A new Grade 3, a new Stride, and you know what that means. Luard only gets more expensive, and the buyouts are coming. So let's jump right into Dragsaver Ezreus. Ezreus was $19.38 market price, and now TCG low is $39. Tell me, Dom, are you surprised?
Not really. Normally when people get cards shown in the show, they immediately buy something out just because, you know, hey, it's new support, let me just buy it.
At this point, it's not even to make money, I don't think. At this point, I think players just feel like they need to play. I mean, that's why we started the show in the first place, because it is rough out there on TCG.
Exactly.
All right, and just to follow up the Shadow Paladin trend, you know it's got to be Dragstrider Luard, the GR of the Luard clan, and he was 20, now 29. Current TCG mid is 35. He's heading in that direction. Not even bought out. Has some decent copies up there. People are just jacking those prices up. Those are the people who are making money. Hey, nothing against the sellers myself, but come on, guys. Now, my personal favorite card to tell where this game is going. If you ever want to pick up a card, you see this in somebody's binder, pick it up. It's never going to be bad value. Belial Owl. $22 yesterday, up to $28 today, and heading up to $30. So is there a buyout? Not quite, but it's definitely soon. Dom, do you have any of those cards where you just like, I'll pick that up, why not?
Yeah, I normally peruse through a lot of people's binders only to kind of pick out like small things here and there. Belial is definitely one card you would want to pick up. It's going to be a staple in all Luard decks, and it's only going to keep going up, so it's best to kind of pick it up now. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to about 35 by the set release date, and then level out later to be around $30.
Oh, say it ain't so, Dom. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Dom Manilow, you will see him everywhere. He'll be in every Vanguardians post. PM'd, commented, let me see that binder, let me see them trades, what decks you got? Dom is everywhere. I mean, if there was an expert to talk about this, it would be Dom Manilow. So I'm glad to have you on the show today, Dom.
Thank you, Ryan.
Absolutely. Now, jumping away from the Shadow Paladin Wallet Fest, let's talk about Purple Trapezist. Now, we don't look at Pale Moon very often, especially not in this most recent season, but they've had some ups and downs, and Purple Trapezist, not a huge jump, $4 up to $7.77, with a current TCG mid of $8.30. But it is a staple card, and as people start to pick up copies, buyouts might happen, and so it's one of these staple cards that I like to talk about. I mean, staples are staples, right?
Yeah, they definitely are. With Purple Trapezist, it's a really good card for the new support coming in with the new Harry, as well as the new Night Rose. I see it top a lot in Japanese meta. And there's a couple cards here and there, but Purple Trapezist is definitely a solid pickup.
And since there's Harry support, you know there's got to be the Darkside Swordmaster crit. The Harry crit from GBT05 is now up to $21. I sold one off for $15 the other day. I mean, not a bad sell for me, but really? You're paying $90 for crits almost?
Yeah. Seriously, it's one of those crits are always one of those things that hold value over time. There's always a high and low for them, and definitely when this new set comes out, I wouldn't be surprised that the Rampage crit as well as the Dark Sword Master will go up in price.
Unless you pick the wrong ones, right? My Janets are dropping in value like nothing else.
Yeah, with the set came out, Overlord looks like it casts a shadow over the Cohen.
You don't say. So, we did talk about Grand Blue a little bit, but all Grand Blue prices are holding steady, especially after the Negralazy fluke we saw last week. I mean, he's definitely down from $150, but you're still seeing him around 25. I mean, he's no joke. You can still sell those if you want to.
Yeah, definitely a solid pickup. for Negro Laces, only because like it does help out the deck a lot. Um, and the deck doesn't seem like it's a bad pickup even for this meta. So that's why I think it retains so much value because people are tossing it around, selling it as well as picking it up. Just because to face off for the CBD as well as the Overlord matchups.
It's definitely true. If there was ever a bad matchup I had in Kagero, it was Grand Blue. Can't keep it down. No, sir. Well, thankfully, that's holding price, so your cards will keep their value for a little while. No ups, no downs there. But something that really surprised me as I was looking through and preparing for Zoo Set, which will be our main topic today, I was looking and all of the prices on all the old support are steady as nothing else. There's only one card that's gone up at all in Neo Nectar recently, and it's Flower Princess of Beautiful Winter Inverno, up from $10 to $23. I mean, granted, it's a strong Neo Nectar stride, and there was definitely some copies picked up, around the back. But why is everything holding so steady? And this is across Neo Nectar and Mega Colony. Nothing going on here except this one card. Talk to me, Dom.
With Inverno coming out, it's only to match up against the Gridorn matchup. That's the only reason why it's becoming more of a pickup. Because the new Asha now is completely changed its form. So that's why not a lot of the old cards are being picked up. It's more valued for the new stuff. Like, for example, Charles, Diana, as well as this card right here, Inverno. So I'm just looking at the card, and it just keeps up with the Gridorn matchup, basically. That's why it's still going up in value.
We're sure going to need that in about 3 weeks. Let me tell you what, I am not ready for that new Mega Colony stuff. All right, well, let's get back to our one of my favorite segments, Cash or Crash. So these are the big ups and downs in the market. And let me tell you, the cash cards are cards that have gone up that you should sell now, before they turn into crash cards, that is. So the first one has to be one of my personal favorites, you know me. Dragonic Overlord the Purge was hanging around 41 market price. Now, of course, he was 35 when he came out, which is a decent GR price, but now up to 55 low. Not even a buyout. Plenty of copies of him available. Current mid of $57. I mean, I know Kagero's number one, at least in my heart. But geez, I mean, do you think that 55 is really where this card should be?
Unfortunately, I really don't think so. 55 is pretty high for what it is, but it's the most consistent deck that I played. I recently played it in the Las Vegas regional for ARG, and it proved to be very consistent, given the fact that it draws you a new hand, and the fact that you only need to run a total of 2 to 3, and you don't have to flip 4 copies. So it justifies the price for what it is.
I mean, Kagero is number one. And Dom, congratulations on that top, by the way. It was a Sunday well spent, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely was.
So one card that's sure to go up in value, especially as we keep getting Dimension Police spoilers, is Commander Laurel. So market price is $20, or 21 just about, up to 28 on low and mid. Definitely getting a buyout soon, if not already. I mean, only 4 total prices. That's about my baseline for that's not going to last long. And granted, the new Grand Gallop GR does work with it kind of well, but Dom, you had some conflicting opinions. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's with the new Commander Laurel coming out. I really don't think it's going to be a vital asset to the deck, only because if you think about the grade 1 count, you're going to run 4 Stride Father, given the fact you're going to run the new Grand Gallop, as well as 4 PG, and as well as the new Grand Scout, which doubles the power of the base Vanguard. Ooh. So, I'm sorry.
No, I was exclaiming. I'm doubling power, and Deep Police is no joke.
But yeah, so the card pool is looking very small. So Laurel will kind of either be on this, sitting on the side, or just not going to be used at all.
Whoa, you're telling me that the great Commander Laurel, sitting in the back since BTO4 is on life support?
Yeah, definitely.
You heard it here first, folks. Sell now before this card goes down. All right, and our last cash card of the day is we have plenty more to get through. Genesis Beast Destiny Guardian. Now, this one slipped under the radar last week, but he is currently sitting at $14. This was a $1 trash rare when it came out in GBT08, and granted, you didn't have any other choice. It was just another disappointing Link Joker G Guardian, but you need him now.
Yeah, most definitely. With the new Stargate coming out, as well as the new CBD Crisis that came out, it really works well with the Crisis effect. And also for the mirror match. That's why it's being so favored right now, and everyone loves good control matchups. So.
Dig through your boxes, dig through your binders. If you got some Destiny Guardians, sell them now. Why not? Stargate's just coming, and hey, it might go up in value some more, but you can never really bet in this market. Moving on to Crash. These are cards that are definitely going to come down. You should absolutely sell them now before you hit rock bottom and you're stuck with worthless cardboards. I'm crying over my Titans as we speak. My first one of the day has to be one of the cards that has held value forever, for a really long time in the G Series. Aura Geyser Doomed. 41 right now. Current TCG low is 40.66. Don't buy this. Sell it. The new support will likely replace the Aura engine. We don't have all of what Dragabyss Luard does, but you can bet that you're going to start running out of spots when you have to play Dust and Dragabyss. So there's not going to be any room for these, couple of Dooms, couple of Aura Geyser Dragons. I mean, that whole engine is 4 to 5 slots in your deck, and you're just not going to have the room. I say sell now.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that one. With the new Abyss card that comes out, and it does flip a copy, your stride zone for Shadow is looking very tight. So Doomed is going to be one of those cards to drop as well. I think Drag Danger Ogama will also be removed from that as well.
That took him out a long time ago. I definitely agree. I mean, tight G zone has been Luard's prevailing problem. I remember having to justify that I wanted to run 2 Drag Driver just in case I was totally screwed, and people are like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to prepare, but it's so hard." Oh my goodness. Not one of my better nationals. All right. Next up is Genesis Dragon Flagellate Messiah from GBT08. $20 holding steady for as long as Messiahs have been out, but sell now because, Integral Messiah is coming, and like we said with Doomed, new support will probably just replace him straight up.
Totally. I feel like Flags really lost a place in the Stride Zone count, especially with the new Messiah card that almost works like a fiber jar. So yeah, it's gonna fall out soon. So it's best to kind of sell it right now.
Absolutely agree. I uploaded my playset, and just follow my lead on this one. And just to illustrate this point, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, "But I love playing Doomed, and Flagellate's been with me forever," let me tell you about a card that specifically illustrates my point. Rikudo Stealth Rogue Ataga Lord. You seen one of those in a new Batama deck recently? Of course you haven't, because you know I'm right. This guy used to command $25. His market price right now is $15, and his low is $9.50. He can't even hold a candle to his own market, down a full $6. He's unplayable. That's the way it is. If you're not playing Dominate, you're just kind of wrong.
Yeah, I second that, because with the new decks that are out now, maintaining hand advantage round 4 doesn't really happen. But Tagalord does fall out or is removed out of the G zone.
Absolutely. Dominate's just a bunch of free stuff. Why not? It still gets you all the cards that Afterimage did. And now, if you really wanted to play discard, you still play Sakumurakan, and you still have your Dreadmasters and what else in your deck, just to keep a little bit of the discard going while you hammer them with massive lines that you got for free because you're playing against Blade Master, and their cards all gain power for free. So why not? I don't see. Oh, you totally get it. But anyway, yeah. So definitely sell your Dooms and your Flagellates. If you have a Tagalords, please continue to cry. All right, we're going to try out a new segment now called Bling For Your Buck. Shoutouts to my Discord, the Absolution Discord, and the Absolution Stockbrokers for putting this together. We don't focus on SPs a lot, at least I don't. But hey, I like pretty cards as much as the next guy, don't you, Dome?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen your decks. They're ridiculous. I don't know how much money you put in this game, but you've been at it for years. You've earned every shiny full art card you have. So Bling For Your Buck is all about SPs. Cards that you should pick up now because they're cheap, and if you want to start blinging out your deck, get a little extra value in your pocket, might as well pick them up now. As well as the other side of that, SPs that have massively spiked in price, and if you have them, sell them for whatever you want, really. Some of these are just ridiculous. Let's start off with a card that Dom and I have been talking about for a little while, Super Cosmic Hero X Tiger. He came out in or specifically the one that came out in We Are Trinity Dragon, because that's the full art one. I'm not going to suggest any non-full art SPs to you. Just don't bother, my friends. It's not worth it. I look at my SP Gilderays from BTO3 and I cry.
This is you need to upgrade, Ryan.
For real, yeah. It's not worth it. I need to sell those too. Yeah, here's another crash card, Gilderay. Super Cosmic Hero X Tiger from We Are Trinity Dragon. Currently TCG low at $15. And considering it's still usable with the new support, a buyout is expected. Dom, talk to me about this.
With the new X Tiger, it is a win condition card, and with the new Deep Police that's just been shown uh, as of today, it's looking like Deep Police has a more consistent way of getting burst off. So having X Tiger in there would be, best to have, just only because it does have a win condition and it self generates a crit. So why not, right?
Who doesn't love those nice free crits? But hey, I mean, I'm frankly glad there isn't really a new X Tiger. Old X Tiger is plenty enough for me. All right, Super Cosmic Hero X Karavu. So we're getting a couple of these. I don't like to vary it up, but this guy was too much to ignore. Currently 1055 on TCG low. Again, usable with the new support, and again, buyout expected. I mean, I'm not seeing these going to be sticking around for a while, and I'm thinking it's going to jump up to around 25.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the case too. It happens a lot, especially with SPG cards, whether it's a one or two of. If you look at the Aquaforce set that just came out in set 13, Blue Storm Deterrence went up in price. And it's now, I believe it's a leveled out around 25 value. So you can say the same for the X Carib.
I gotta check that right now. I gotta know. I gotta know about that. I'll get back to you guys later on that. But I mean, I have no reason not to trust Dom. And our last Bling For Your Buck that you should pick up now if you're looking to SP out your deck, Header Around Dragon. So currently sitting around 13, price is trending upwards, but only just slightly. There aren't very many copies of him left. I believe it was 4 or 5 when I checked. And granted, staples are staples. He's a staple card. There's new Gear Chronicle coming. I don't know what Chrono's new G-Zone's going to look like this time since he managed to let it all on fire. I mean, hey, don't play card games with gasoline, friends. But honestly, I mean, if we can still play more than one, you might as well pick up 2 for 25 and hey, call it a day.
Yeah, with this Header Hound, it's a really easy pickup as well for trade and sell. And you can't beat the fact that it just blinks out a unit and gives your opponent one less of a higher attack to go with.
Yeah, I just had a 40k Nahalem get bounced on me last night, and that was no fun. I mean, I worked hard for that. Come on, Header Around. But yeah, you know what would have made it better? That Header Around from my opponent was SP, so pick yours up now. All right, and for my second half of Bling For Your Buck, I'm going to talk about cards that were ridiculously high cost, and you should just sell them now if you have them. There's no way you can buy them. Not anymore. And with the Bermuda set coming out in March in Japan, and then soon afterwards for us, I give it, a 2-week span. Prism Promise Princess Labrador. Currently trending at around $186. That is nuts on nuts. I mean, they've got new support, and this card will crash. Sell yours for $100 if you can.
Yeah, with Promise Labrador, that card, I don't know why people pick it up, but I guess people love their waifus. But the thing is with that card, we don't know what's in that new Bermuda set that's coming out. But I mean, I guess if you wanna try to sell it off, I mean, it's a good investment, but she'll never leave you.
Hey, you always got that going for you, right?
Yeah.
But hey, if I know one thing about Bermudas, it's never sleep on prisms. They'll come out with one card, and you'll be in the doghouse again saying, why am I dealing with prisms for the 4th year in a row? So yeah, definitely get rid of those if you got them. Next up is Shoot Down King Miracle Ace. I don't know if this was a fluke or what, but someone decided to spend a lot of money, and now has these guys up for $150 each. I mean, granted, that was a nasty buyout, but this card is not staying up there, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Miracle Ace is one of those cards that after it was released, you saw it less and less because a lot of other cards were favored. Great Dirty Picaro was a much favored card, and then when the Hellheart 8 engine came out, Supernova was used more, as well as Deadly Support as well. So this card right here, sitting at a really high value, it would be cute to try to sell off for the price that they have on TCG.
Yeah, if you can, you might as well. I mean, that's just supply and demand. And speaking of supply and demand, Ranunculus of Searing Heart Asha. From the character booster, try 3 next. Market price was $97, now is $500. Now that is a cash cow. And of course the seller's name, Supply and Demand. We see you out there. I don't know who you are. Respect for the name. What are you doing to me? I mean, granted, why are you doing this? I mean, Dom, you had some opinions on this. Tell them what you think about Searing Heart.
With Searing Heart being bought out, well, with a set at that price, supply and demand has some high expectations, but I don't see it ever being part of the new set that's going to be dropped in 2 weeks. As you know, the new Phantasm Asha does a lot more, and I really don't see this being used main deck. To be honest, it looks pretty, but it's not going to sit at that price for too long.
So you're telling me that's a $500 goose egg right there?
Yeah, basically.
If you have some SPs or some regular Searing Hearts, I'm saying sell right now, or you're out of luck. Now, something's been bugging me, and it's this new zoo set. And I hope you got the pun. So we're gonna pull back the leaves here. I got another one. Let's see if I can go for all three. And welcome to the Spec. So the Spec is, of course, looking at new sets coming up, so I can learn you a little something, so you can be successful in your speculation here. There it was. So, as you know, the zoo set contains cards for Neonectar, Mega Colony, and Great Nature. So Dom, what do people need to prepare for going into this new set, especially considering it's 2 weeks away?
With this new set coming out, a lot of people have to keep an eye out for the two clans that will do very well in this meta, and that will be Mega Colony as well as Neonectar. With the price of Overwhelm being extremely high in Japan, I wouldn't be surprised if it does the same in the US market as well. So on the set release that's going to come out next week with the sneak kits, it's very valuable to pick up Overwhelm, the GR for Mega Colony, as well as Fedora. Those are going to be really big pickups for the Mega Colony set. For Neonectar, it's going to be the Phantasm Asha, as well as the Neonectar 10k base when you have Asha on board. Those are going to be really picked up, and it's going to be harder and harder to see because with extra booster sets, they tend to disappear. So if you have intentions of picking them up, then it's best to do it on the set release date or as the sneak kits start to get cracked open and so forth.
100% agree. And I think we both agree that Great Nature is really the value buy here. I mean, granted, like you said, I believe you said it was doing well in Japan?
Yeah, it was doing well in Japan with early game rush, but I can't really follow up any more than that. My friend P is really good with the deck, but he's not really, he doesn't find it like too amazing. It's going to be really cheap pickups for the Great Nature set.
So if you want to play a Zoo Clan and pop open a Zoa, you might as well play Great Nature if you're not trying to spend an arm and a leg. But for the rest of you, it's Overwhelm, Ghidorah, and Phantasmasha. Those are your pickups. Those are your look out for those at the sneak peeks. You never know what kind of deal you can get when you trade somebody a Great Nature GR. And they say, oh, GR for GR? Why not? Hey, not everybody looks at TCG. Get what deals you can, friends. All right, and thank you for that speculation, Dom, but I'm going to ask you for one more little favor. Now, as I said before, Dominic Manilow is on every Vanguardians post you could possibly find. He's always looking for cards. He's always asking me for cards, like, yo, let me get these things. And I'm like, why you want these, Dom? Don't take that from my binder. It's going to go up in price, isn't it? I always know.
Most
Dom,
definitely.
share some of your wisdom with the audience here. What cards are you looking to pick up coming up in these in the next couple of weeks? You like to go about a month in advance, I know. So tell me, what are Dom's picks?
So far right now, with the new Stargate coming out next month, a couple cards here and there to pick up would be Cosmic Hero Granby. I understand there's going to be a reissue, but the one thing that I've come to realize, people pick it up for the alternate art as well as collectibles, but it comes down to the fact that you need it to play the deck. Another card to pick up recently, a couple months ago, was about a couple cents to $1 card. Enigma Calm. It came out in We Are Trinity. It's a really good card to pick up, especially with the new Burst Vanguard coming out for Cosmic Heroes. With Cosmic Heroes being more consistent in terms of Burst, Enigma Calm is going to be one of those big pickups. Right now, I believe it's around 3 to 4. I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going up higher than that. And that's just for Stargate. The other Stargate stuff with Victor as well as the Messiah and Chaosbreaker, same thing. Crisis is going to be a big pickup for me. I'm still picking that up. Destiny Guardian is going to be a pickup. With Victor, only Victor Champ. I can't really think of any other cards that really need to be picked up.
Neither could
Or
we.
Victor. I'm sorry?
Neither could we. Favorite champ was our pick, too.
And with Messiah, obviously, with the new support from the last set, Rondu, Transmission, Ball Slits, the Neo Harmonics, those are steadily, they weren't picked up recently, but with the new card being released for Integra, all the prices tend to shot up. So I'm picking those up too while they're still small. With set 14 coming out, the one who's Scattersin Charlotte, the second form of grade 3 of Charlotte, it's a solid pickup only because the G-Break 2 is a solid card. With Gastille coming out, I like it, but I don't see it being amazing as it is. Another card I'm picking up right now would be Glenzid, obvious reasons, really good. And the One-Eyed Crit as well, really solid pickups. And if I can, and I'm going to try, SP Were Tiger. That's going to be a very difficult card to pick up, but
no kidding.
That's another card that's people are eyeing out for. So
absolutely. I mean, those guys, I don't even know how much that guy is, but last time I checked, he was sitting around like 50 or something. Let me just do the nice mid-filming price check here. Where Tiger Jaeger SPs are currently out of stock. That's what you get.
Exactly.
If you see that in the binder. Yeah. It'll show up in Bling For Your Buck next time, I'm sure. And Adam, you had one more thing to say about buying into extra boosters.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So with the extra boosters coming out, if you've noticed, with the Zoo Nation coming out in 2 weeks, as Stargate coming out next week, those are really solid pickups if you're intending to play into any of the decks coming out. One thing I've noticed about Extra Booster Set, because I have played this game since BTO2, the original set where Dragonic Overlord came out. So I've seen the progression and how well boosters do. With this set, with the Zero Dragons, it's best to pick up right away. With Japan coming out, if you've noted, GBT13 that came out, within the second day, it was bought out, and they had to reissue a reprint. With Stargate, it is also bought out. So if you're intending to build or play the Stargate set and the Zoo set, it's best to go off and pick it up now, because I guarantee the only cases or boxes or whatever's left will be with either the distributors or the stores that sell them. So
yeah, if you want packs, buy them now. I mean, sneaks are good value. You can get some good trades. I think you have a slightly higher than average rate of pull. So if you can go to the store and pick up a couple $20 sneak peeks, you might as well do it. Otherwise, try and get these things as soon as possible, because we have absolutely no idea how crazy these prices are going to get. I mean, they're looking bad enough when we have Rondo to look at, and all the Chaos and Messiah prices are way up there, and then they're getting more support in Stargate. We have no idea what prices are going to look like for that set. Zoo already has massive prices on Overwhelm. Gridor is pretty high as well. And the Neonectar case splits are nuts right now. So definitely make sure you don't get taken advantage of. Get it as soon as you can. Sell off a deck. Do whatever you got to do. Just make sure you've got the stuff you need to keep playing this game, because we want you to keep playing this game. That's why we do this show. So, try and play the markets. Try and get those good trades. Look out for every post you can. See if you can't get a deal. Buy in bulk. Do whatever you have to do. Just stay in it, guys. We're here for you. Well, this has been Cardfight Cash. Dom, do you have any final words for these guys?
Just keep playing, man. Always have fun, and keep buying and selling, man.
In with the proper message. Just a quick reminder, do not do a ref check on Dominic Manilow. He is the most trusted man in the whole universe.
That's okay. Make sure people still have to feel confident about themselves with the trades they do. So
hey, man, every time I see that ref check on Dominic Manilow, I'm like, do you know who this man is? Do you need to listen? Welcome to Cardfight Cash. All right, that's been our show, guys. Say goodbye to the crowd, Dom.
See you guys.
All right, thank you all for joining us, and keep it cash only. This has been the Doombringer Griffin and Dominic Manilow. Peace.